feeling low.
Hello my babies, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are gathered here today for another installment of me, you know, what else do I do on Mondays? Me losing my shit to Beachbody workouts while educating you all in the process. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lols and some dry sarcasm along the way. This is Sarcasm Potato. He's on merch, by the way, which is linked below. Hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would seriously appreciate it. All right, without anything further, let's make lemonade. Oh, by the way, you guys, I'm not naked. I'm wearing a tube top. I got it from Forever 21 a few weeks ago. There's fruit on it, which is the only reason I bought it. I have to buy everything with food on it. Come on. You guys know that. So first up, we've got a Beachbody Distributor doing a classic exercise, but because it's Beachbody, you know, they had to add a bunch of stuff to it to make it stupid. Something that's really interesting here is in her caption on the, well, not the caption, but like what she has written on the story. This is what I love about intentional programming. I just have to follow it. I don't have to decide it or create it. I just press play and give it my all. I trust in the process and know that no matter how long or short the workout is, it's about the quality of my effort. She used the phrase intentional programming. It's not the phrase I would use to describe a lot of Beachbody workouts, but whatever. So I would say that what she is doing is what I would call a reverse plank, and she's added a knee tuck to it. That's what one half of her body is doing. The other half is doing something with that damn ball. I know that ball is pretty specific to the 9-week Control Freak program, and I also see the control track in the background of this video, so I am making the assumption that this is a 9-week Control Freak workout. I don't understand the purpose of holding that ball in the nook behind her knee. She could accomplish the exact same thing if she just 86'd the ball and just did what she was doing on the right side of her body. I don't get what the purpose of squeezing the ball is, honestly. At first I thought maybe her hamstrings, but like, I don't know. I will now show you guys a reverse plank with a knee tuck. A reverse plank with a knee tuck. This can be challenging because of all the core engagement required, but that is the point. And this can also be uncomfortable for your shoulders because of the slightly awkward position. So if you have sensitive shoulders, I do recommend maybe skipping this one. To do this, you're going to start seated and then using all of your core strength, pull your body up so that you are in a totally straight plane, just like if you were doing a regular plank. And you actually have the option to hold your reverse plank here, but if you want to add that knee tuck, all you're going to do is go nice and slow, and you're using a lot of your lower abs to pull your knees up one at a time. Next one is a Beachbody Distributor. If this person looks familiar, like maybe if you look at her outfit and it looks familiar, I have showed her before. I was sent this whole story and there was a lot going on in the story, so I kind of broke it up. So that's why if it looks familiar, then it's her. It's the same person, but I'm not double dipping. She's doing a different workout. And my issue with this is more with how she's executing it. I am worried for her. So this exercise, in my opinion, is just kind of silly, honestly. I don't understand what she's trying to do. I thought maybe a shoulder press, but then she's like bending over. Maybe she's doing like a tricep kickback. She does not have a lot of control of her own movements at all. There's not a lot of core engagement. And she maybe even has some issues with proprioception. Proprioception is basically like, think of it as like your balance and your ability to sense your body position. I think this exercise is way too complex for her, honestly. And because her form is not good, she's just swinging the weight around and can really hurt herself. I will now demonstrate for you something else. So unlike Beachbody super trainers, I like to do supersets, and I don't like to roll 16 exercises into one giant rep. So here's me first doing a basic standing dumbbell shoulder press. When doing a shoulder press, make sure you don't let your forearms fall too far on the inside or outside of line with your elbows. Also, you don't want to let your low back arch excessively. Being seated is actually a good way to prevent too much back arch. And next, I'm going straight into dumbbell bent over rear delt raises. Bending over like this puts more emphasis on the posterior deltoids. That's just basically like your rear shoulders. Maintain a slight bend in your elbows just so that they're not locked. And as you raise up, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together and contract them. This next one may actually kind of similar deal to the last one. Her outfit's gonna look familiar to you because it's from a Beachbody distributor who we saw in a past video. But she's doing different stuff. And I still stand by what I said in that other video. Her outfit's really cute. Coming from somebody who wears black like 90% of the time to the gym. It's really short, so I'm gonna let it play through a few times. I'm not a fan of this exercise. Does that come as a shock to any of you? It's like a weird kettlebell swing, but then she's kind of doing a lunge too. I see this exercise also being very dangerous for somebody who is inexperienced. As usual, with a lot of really dynamic exercises like dumbbell or kettlebell swings, if you don't have good core engagement, then you could really injure your lower back. I mean, you can injure yourself, period. But with things like this, you really want to engage your core to help protect your lower back. I also personally just don't see the point in a combination like this. Why does someone need to hold a weird sideways lunge and also do a dumbbell swing at the same time? I don't know. We'll never know. Here's an exercise that is not stupid. So here you see me doing a stationary lunge to shoulder press. This is an example of a compound exercise. A compound exercise is a functional exercise that trains multiple muscle groups at once. Now my lunge is a stationary lunge because I am staying on one side and pushing out reps repeatedly before I switch legs. A key tip with lunges, when you are doing a lunge, lower yourself down, not forward. I'm holding one dumbbell and I'm holding it on the same side as my working leg. And as my arm is pressing up, my leg is as well. You also have the option here to hold your lunge and press out your dumbbell shoulder presses. And if you were to do it like this type of lunge where you're just holding it, this is called a static lunge. This next one we are going to look at is not a Beachbody coach. Nay. But a super trainer. Miss Autumn Calabrese herself. Yay! Somebody sent me this, and this workout is filmed directly from BOD, Beachbody On Demand, which is their, I guess, like their streaming service where you can find all the workouts. This is recorded directly from their TV, so what you're about to see is a recording of a recording, basically. Thank you to the person who sent me this. Thank you to everyone who sends me stuff. Yes, queen. So let's break this down a little bit. It looks like she is holding a side plank, or also I hear some trainers call it an oblique plank because these kinds of planks really engage your obliques more. And then her top arm is reaching over her head and she's pulling a resistance band and kind of doing like a side lat pull down, but not really. I don't find this exercise to be overtly dangerous personally, but I do think this combination is kind of stupid. That's just my opinion as a fitness professional. I don't see the point of combining a lat pull down with a side plank. They're two wildly different exercises, and I don't see the point of smushing them together. Your lats or your latissimus dorsi are some of the biggest muscles in your back, and you really, when you're training your lats, you really should focus and train your lats and engage your lats. The lat pull down she's doing really doesn't look that good, and by that I mean good quality. She's focusing a lot of her energy on holding that side plank. You could just do a side plank with like an overhead reach. Let's do that. Cute leggings though, Autumn. So this is what I would call a side plank with a reach. Really simple. I'm starting in a high side plank, and because of that side plank, this will fire up those obliques. All I'm doing is reaching up over my head with my top arm. I'm not pulling a band to try and get my lats involved or anything, just getting some motion in my upper body and warming up my core as well. This is a really good warm-up too. And then this last thing you see me here doing, I'm doing the exact same thing, except I'm on my elbow right now. This variation is a little bit more stress on the shoulder. So if you want to try this, I would recommend doing the version where you're up on your hand, if that doesn't bother you. Otherwise, I would maybe skip this one. Alrighty, let's jump right into this next one. Okay, so Beachbody Distributor holding dumbbells up by her side, and she's trying to do squats. The irony here is that in the caption here it says, keep your squats low and your standards high. A sentiment I wholeheartedly agree with. However, her squats are disappointingly not low. They are, in fact, not very good. Squats are a really complex exercise, and there is a lot of ways that squats can go wrong with your form. The biggest issue here, and I'm going to try to explain this the best I can, but I think the biggest issue here is her feet being a little bit too far under her body. You've probably all heard the rule, I'm using that in quotation marks, that your knees shouldn't go past your toes when you squat. That is a really old school rule, and it's actually been debunked. But it was after that that more research started coming out and more studies were being done. It's okay if your knees go past your toes when you were squatting. That happens a lot in people with long limbs. As long as your form is good on, everywhere else, and the biomechanics are in line everywhere else they should be, if your knees go past your toes a little bit, that's perfectly okay. Oh, hold on, my man is calling me.
Yo.
Yes, babe.
Where you going?
I'm filming a YouTube video.
Yeah. You looking good.
Stop it.
Damn. I thought you were naked at first.
I'm not naked. Why would I just be naked sitting in my office?
I don't know what you're doing.
Anyway, so yeah, normally not bad to let your knees surpass your toes when you are squatting, but in this case, I'm not even sure if I would call what she's doing a squat. She's almost just like bending down. Her upper body also is, I guess her upper body is actually not that bad. I will now demonstrate for you how to do a dumbbell squat with the dumbbells up like that. So I'm doing one of many variations of a basic squat. Stand with your feet about hips width apart and you're holding the dumbbells just above your shoulders. Sit down into your squat as if you're sitting in a chair. Breathe deep and keep your chest up so that your upper body does not collapse too far forward. To get the full benefit of the squat, it is ideal that you sit low enough to get your thighs at least parallel to the ground. To return to the starting position, press up through your heels. Clench your glutes at the top and don't lock out your knees. Squatting is an exercise that does require a lot of lower body mobility, strength, and flexibility. And if you have musculoskeletal issues that affect your hips, knees, or ankles, then I would recommend trying an alternative until you become strong enough and develop your body enough to be able to do a full squat correctly and safely. Now, this was a super quick rundown of how to squat. Squatting is very complex, and I could honestly probably dedicate an entire video to talking about it. In the meantime, I do hope this helps. Oh, look at that! For the last one, another public figure in my YouTube video. A public figure who I am well within my rights to comment on and criticize. So right off the bat, I don't think this is a Beachbody workout. I don't recognize, she's using what I call them sliders, like on her feet there. And I actually really like those, but not for what she's doing. I'll explain in a minute. Anyway, I don't think those sliders are offered by Beachbody. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you guys feel free to let me know in the comments, but I've never seen Beachbody incorporate those sliders. So I do not think those are Beachbody thing. I think that those are hers and she's adding them and, she's showing us this workout. Now, I like this exercise. I call these squat shuffles. What I don't like is the fact that she's doing them on what I assume is hardwood floor, or wood look tile, which is my personal favorite. Either way, I don't think this is a good surface to be doing these on. I mean, it would take one false move, she slips and could really hurt herself. Now, I do like sliders. You can get them just about anywhere. I like sliders. I've also seen people just use like, put on socks and get on like their hard slippery floor. I like using sliders for like an ab, like kind of ab stuff where you're fully on the floor, hands and feet are all fully on the floor. Like you could do like get in a high plank and like do some, you know, what am I doing? I'm sitting here explaining this to you. Anyway, I don't like the fact that she's doing sliders for this particular exercise. I think they're a little bit too risky, especially those weights she's holding look pretty heavy. Those look like at least 10 or 15 pounds. Not that 10 pounds is heavy, but have you ever dropped a 10-pound weight on your foot? Because I have. She can accomplish this exact same thing without using the sliders. It's lower risk too. So let's do that. I will now demonstrate for you squat shuffles. Alrighty guys, so here I am. I'm doing squat shuffles, and sorry, I forgot to mention that I am actually adding a resistance band to these. Now, I've got the band positioned so that it is just above my knees. Make sure you don't put it directly over your knees. And also, if you put it too high, it'll just do that thing where it rolls up your thighs and into your crotch. So make sure you position it correctly to where it's comfortable for you and functional as well. I'm sitting down into a squat. My feet are a little bit wider than hips width apart, and all I'm doing is kind of shuffling back and forth and just taking tiny steps side to side. This burns, so the real challenge here is really seeing how long you can shuffle for. For me, I can usually get into about like somewhere between 15 and 20 reps before I burn and I fall over and die. In conclusion, just because you buy the starter pack doesn't make you a coach. I say this day in and day out, week in and week out. And I will say it until the end of time, okay? I don't really have much of an outro here. I don't know why. All I wrote on for my script, all I wrote for my outro was just in conclusion. I usually give myself a little bit of a guide, you know, if I want to make any announcements, say anything particular. But I guess I forgot to, so right now we're just winging it. Yeah, I mean, you guys know. You guys know the damn drill. I don't always hate Beachbody workouts, but I feel like I dislike them more than I like them. It's my opinion that some of the exercises are just kind of silly. I think that they often just throw so much at the wall that they're just trying to justify making you buy the equipment, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying anything of importance now, so let's just cut this here. If in fact you made it to the end of this video, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to me here, like this video, or you can dislike it if you hated me and my fruit shirt. Shop my merch store, which will be linked below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Here's the full view of my shirt. My shorts are Lululemon. And I'm wearing these shorts because I'm going to hot yoga tonight. And you guys can't even see the bottom half of my body when I'm filming, okay? So don't judge. This is my shirt. There's, see, watermelon and oranges, bananas. I think that's a papaya. And, oh, look at that. This one right there. That looks like a lemon to me. And I feel like I see the bottom half of a pineapple. And that's, oh gosh, I think dragon fruit? You guys don't care about my shirt. You guys want to see the dogs. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, handsome boy. Onyx, you're so handsome. Quick, be cute before the camera overheats and shuts off. Onyx. Hey, boy. Zeus. Hey, boy. Hey, my babies. Alpha, stop smelling your brother's wiener, please. It's rude. All right, who's saying bye? Who's saying bye-bye? Alpha. Hey, Alpha. Alpha. Sit. Alpha, sit. See, this is why they call her stubborn. Yeah. This is why they say that she's stubborn at training, because she's always constantly talking back. Alpha, sit. I'm not going to say it again. I know you hear me. Ma'am. Wow. See, look at that. Yeah. You need to stop talking back to me. You don't talk back to the hand that feeds you. Do you understand me? Oh, ooh, attitude.